Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my little preamble, and then we're going to dive in if that's all right with everybody. I figure most of you are here because you know me and you've watched me play other things, but if you haven't, hello, I'm LaurentheFlute. I guess we could call me a variety streamer. I am LaurentheFlute because I do play flute and play video game music on that. I lead a video game cover band and everything, but on stream more than that, I tend to stream video games, or computer games, I guess is what this one is. I don't even know if there's a distinction between that anymore. Games. I stream games. I talk a lot. So if you're like, man, will she stop talking and start playing the game? This might wind up being a very frustrating place for you to be, and I apologize. Because I do talk a lot, mostly about things that are actually in or related to the game we're playing. Sometimes I go down a tangent. I have an MFA in creative writing, which I use as an illustration. It's not essential to have something like that to be a writer, but it's an illustration of how hardcore I am about stories, and that I'm actually, I think, reasonably trained on stories, and understanding stories and narrative and things like that. And so that's a thing that I like to talk about on streams. Disco Elysium, I'm told, is a good game for that sort of thing. So I'm very excited about that. Let's see. So I'm having a hard time keeping up with chat right now because I'm trying to talk. So please forgive me if you're talking about things and I don't get to them. I'll try to do a better job of pulling up my chat and being able to see what folks are saying. But that said, this is my first time playing Disco Elysium. I've tried extremely hard to know very, very little about it. Unfortunately, it's impossible to be on the internet for as much as I am and not pick up on like anything about it. But I do want to go into this blind as much as possible. So I will ask you to please refrain from spoiling things for me or giving me hints. If I am asking chat a hint, I will put on a chat hat and I will give you the parameters for what I'm asking about. Usually either yes or no, so that you're very limited in what you can say, or I'll ask for a hint in the form of haiku. A hint coup, if you will, which prevents you from being able to just blurt out what to do, because I want to give little gentle pushes in the direction of what I'm trying to do. If you are going to explode because you know this game backwards and forwards, and me speculating about what's going to happen next or trying to figure out what's going on in characters' heads and stuff is going to just make you blow up with spoilerific things to say, you are welcome to join the Discord. We have a stream spoilers channel. And if you want to join basically the peanut gallery folks who are familiar with the game already, and yell about things together where I won't see it, there is a special channel just for you that I do not go in, so it's totally safe and spoiler filled. Spoiler safe. But you have to ask a mod to give you access to stream spoilers. And also, yes, thank you, Yoma. I think it's a pretty pleasant Discord in general, so feel free to pop on by, even if you only pop by for the spoiler channel once a week. Totally valid, but if you feel like saying hi, we'd love to see you. Yes, Chrono is a mod, and he can see to that. So that's kind of like as far as what constitutes a spoiler. Honestly, I don't want backseating either. So if I have questions about mechanics and I want them to be answered, I will put on chat hat and I will ask you. But otherwise, I would request that you please refrain. If there's a thing that you want me to know, talk amongst yourselves in spoiler channel if you can, if you don't mind, and be like, we really feel like Lauren needs this warning, and then have a representative, probably one of the mods, usually frequently this is Chrono, will be like, Lauren, chat wants you to know something. Will you accept our hint, suggestion, request, warning, whatever the thing is? And then I have the option to consent to it or say, no, I'm going to muddle through and ruin everything and it's all my fault. So that's kind of my policy on that. When in doubt, err on the side of thinking that things might be a spoiler, because we'll all have a better time. Even if I get things wrong, I think we'll have a better time if it's my own genuine experience playing the game. So that's the kind of preamble about that. As far as the content of this game goes, because that is not a concern. The other game that we just started playing this week is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which to my knowledge does not have content warning issues. However, Disco Elysium, part of the reason why it has taken me so long to play it, long enough that they have released the final version with voice acting and everything, I have received warnings from folks who know me and my comfort level that there may be things in Disco Elysium that might be outside of my comfort level. I know I've spoken at length with mods, especially Chrono, people who are familiar with this game about that. So if it seems that I am on a path to engage with content that I am going to be uncomfortable with on stream, we've kind of worked out a way in which they'll let me know that that's coming up, and I can decide if I feel like I can go ahead and weather it and it'll be all right, or if I take that warning and step away from that. So if you have never seen this game before, do take this warning to heart. There will be content in this game that is heavy. I can promise you that, just from what little I know about it and from what the people who've played it have told me. So if you are a very sensitive being, this might not be something that you're entirely comfortable with. If at any point you need to tap out, or if there is content on screen that that is something you can't engage with, but you think you'll be fine once it's over, there's a stream chat channel. If you don't want to go into the spoiler channel on Discord, or you can just like mute me or something like that and have somebody ping you. You can request and say, hey, can someone let me know when this section's over? And there'll be somebody in the community who'll take care of you. And this would not be the first time that that's happened. So there is no shame in taking care of yourself. And I strongly encourage you to make whatever decision is necessary to practice good self-care and recognize and enforce your own boundaries, and know that we as a community are here to help support you through that instead of to push you. So, yeah. Other than that, and yes, there's a reason why we're playing Paper Mario on Tuesdays, and that's because I can't play two games that are this heavy at the same time. Because I had been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and Horizon Zero Dawn and Disco Elysium should not be played concurrently. Would not be wise. Horizon Zero Dawn is perhaps the best written game I've ever played, and I love it to death. I want to make a video just about why I think it's the best written game I've ever played. But it should not be paired up with something heavier than it. So, is there anything I've forgotten to say? Any other questions, any other thoughts, any other concerns? I guess this is also, I hope you don't mind. I'm trying to not be self-conscious about pushing things up on YouTube and letting people know about what I do. But again, like if this is your first time seeing me, I have a YouTube channel that has a lot. I'm going to try to make it easier to find what's on it. But there's a lot of video game covers and then a lot of streams of various games that you might enjoy. I also lead a video game cover band called The Returners. I'm looking to start a new one called The Megalovaniacs. So if you live in Toronto and you're a video game musician, hit me up. And I also write fanfic, and I'm working on more fiction-related projects that you'll probably be hearing about over the next couple of months as we work through this game, if you don't mind. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and talk about the game, what I know about it going into it, what I think about this screen, and then we're going to hit the new game button. Okay, so my joke answer to the question of what I know about this going into it is that I looked at the cover art briefly to make promotional pictures about the fact that I was going to be streaming this. And I'm pretty sure that it has to do with the flashlight glasses man and Revolver Ocelot solving crimes. I don't actually think that's what it's about, but looking at the cover art, that's what my goofy brain said. We'll wind up with silly nicknames for characters, so I'm looking forward to figuring out who Revolver Ocelot actually is, for example, and who Flashlight Glasses Man is. Other than that, I know that it is a text heavy game. I know that there's dialogue options and apparently stats. When it comes to playing like tabletop RPGs, I really hate stat systems affecting your dialogue options to some degree. Like it has to be done really well. I hate it when somebody delivers a really bad speech and rolls well and it counts. I find that very frustrating in tabletop games. But I'm curious about how it's going to work here. I'm kind of expecting something more along the lines of what's that game called? My cousin's favorite computer RPG, the Arcanum, where depending on your stats and your background and your like clothing, if you're dressed up with a high charisma stat, because hello, I always play high charisma class characters, it opens up different dialogue options. Or if you like Deus Ex, I think has this too, the original. I don't know the newer ones, where if you have points in a thing, then you can talk about a certain subject. So I'm guessing it's kind of like that. In gameplay, I don't know if it's going to have combat or if it's just going to be text. I don't know if this is going to be like a visual novel type thing, but like super intense. I don't know if there's going to be like dialogue combat, which if so, I'm really interested to see that, because the only thing like that I can think of is insult sword fighting from Monkey Island. And I know that there's a lot of branching in it and that you can't 100% it your first go. And so you just kind of have to make your peace with the choices that you make. So that's, I think, all I know. And I think everybody has the hots for the main character. I think. Who I think they like in kind of a, not a Tumblr sexy man sort of way, but more of a like everyone's favorite fuck up sort of way. I'm sorry, I'm going to swear a little bit on the stream because I suspect this game is going to have swearing in it. Also, hello, Rosary. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, friend. Yeah, I think that he might be some people's problematic boyfriend in a different way than Nil, for example, from Horizon Zero Dawn. But we'll see. Baby girl is a scientific term. Okay. All right. But so basically, generally speaking, I don't know a lot about this game, and I want to keep it that way. And I'm happy to keep it that way. So I'm asking you to please assist. You have the power to help keep this as unknown. Porous little meow meow. Oh, he did win a little meow meow award. Oh, wonderful. Oh, he lost it by a few votes. Oh, amazing. Okay, well, that's great. Oh, I have some fun news that may or may not become dated as this goes into the archive of my life. But I did just start dating a girl who was really into, I really like Deltarune and Undertale, and she really likes Mob Psycho. And so I like to joke that we are going to bridge the Tumblr Sexy Man battle of that tournament. We're going to bridge that final confrontation through the power of being really gay. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna thank you. It's a pretty exciting thing. It's like news as of like Sunday, so it's very fresh if you haven't heard that. Yeah, other than that, I have a concert on bonus stage on Saturday that I'll be playing flute at, so if you are free Saturday evening and want to check out some video game music and other cool nerdy things, I will post about that on Discord. I'll make a Discord event for it. How's that? Yeah. Okay, guys, are you ready? Are you ready to dive on into Disco Elysium? I feel like it's like cyberpunk dystopia or touches on evil corporations. Looking at the really intense colors, I'm really not sure. It looks like we're kind of looking at a world that is in rough shape. We've got helicopters flying around. They could be police surveillance or corporate surveillance, or they could be battle helicopters. Battlecopters, that's a thing. And I'm not really sure. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect. The feeling here is of something with a despair and sadness and overwhelm. But also there's a really neat abstraction, like painterly quality to it. I don't know for sure if it takes place in our real world or not, so we'll find out, but I don't offhand recognize any landmarks. So, yeah. That's kind of that. There appears to be a helicopter in the far right corner that is lifting a box. I don't know what that means. Also, something there on the left looks like it's set on fire. But that could be squatters, or that could be industrial, or that could be things are burning because of an uprising. So there's really not much I can say. It is just abstract enough. The fact that there's a boat tells me that presumably we have not made the sea so toxic that people cannot approach it. So that's good to know. We're either on a lake or the coast. And there's a church in the front. Or at least what looks like a church. But instead of having a cross, it seems like it has almost a cross with an X on it. If that is a cross of some sort, it's not one I recognize. And so that lends credence to the possibility of this being a secondary world with a stand-in for Christianity. But I don't know for sure. We'll presumably find out. And then in the background there, right, oh, you can't see where I'm pointing at my screen. There's this section right underneath the really wildly colored sky that almost looks like it's fading away. It is actually weird. It looks like there's multiple things fading together, but it's like there's like this like beautiful like going into this like golden light on the horizon that just kind of dissipates. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm pointing through the screen. I'm pointing. Point. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else I can get from this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and dive on in and see how this goes. Let's start a new game. Oh, shoot! I get to choose a class! Wait, this is Ocelot. Wait, am I playing as Ocelot? I thought I was going to play as the other guy, because the other guy's the one everyone talks about. I thought. Okay, this is totally Ocelot. We're playing as the Ocelot guy. This is the guy I thought was Ocelot, I think. Okay. I'm going to read things out loud. I am told that this game now has voice acting, which will spare my voice a little bit. But for both accessibility and to keep us all on the same page, I will be reading the text on screen. All right. Thinker. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. 5 intelligence, 1 psi, 2 physical, 4 motivation, plus encyclopedia. Or sensitive. Look at that. It colors, it lights up. Very psychological, a magnetic personality but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. 1 intelligence, 5 psi, 4 phys, 2 mot, plus inland empire. So is that like, this is not actually a question. I don't have the chat hat on. So this is me asking rhetorically. So you can practice hearing a rhetorical question and not answering. I'm sorry. I'm so mean. So is this like Mind Palace, Inland Empire? Or is this like we're on the coast, but he has a network of people going into the place? Physical. Extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. They do not pull their punches here, do they? 1 int, 2 psi, 5 phys. I assume this is physical because the physical guy has a 5 and it looks like it could be physical. 4 mot, Plus hand-eye coordination. Oh, but I bet he got that from punching people instead of playing video games. Which is what I'm used to thinking about. Yeah, we're gonna look at the create your own at the very least. So don't worry. But please let me make the decision to do things. If 5 int or 1 int, it is very interesting that there's not other choices. Oh, look at this. Whoa! If you mouse over it, it tells you what to do. Okay, hold on. 5. Oh, you have sub points. Oh, no, these are... Oh, no, I bet these are skills or something you can put points in. I have played tabletop role-playing games. Okay, intellect, your capacity to reason. Logic, encyclopedia, rhetoric, drama, conceptualization, or visual calculus. He only starts with encyclopedia, but you could put points in the rest of those. Okay, psyche. It tells me. Your power to influence yourself and others. That's an interesting juxtaposition of influencing yourself, so you psych yourself up or you convince yourself to do something. Okay. Volition, Inland Empire, empathy, authority, suggestion, esprit de corps. Most of these are not immediately intuitive what they would mean in this context, but I'm intrigued. Physique, I was right. How well your body is built. Physical instrument, electrochemistry, endurance, half-light, pain threshold, shivers. See, this is what I'm saying. Well, it's not immediately intuitive. Also, we're not going to put points in this. I don't play himbos really much. I really only ever play one type when I have choices to play this sort of thing, and it's the charisma class. That's my choice. So this guy starts with Inland Empire, and this guy starts with hand-eye coordination. Oh, I forgot to look at what MOTORICs. Okay, MOTORICs. How do you spell, or not spell, pronounce? Is it MOTORICs? Is it MOTORICs? I'm not sure. Because shivers to me sounds like it has something to do with, like, motorics. Motorics. Okay. Thank you, Chrono. Motorics. There's a dictionary. No, motoric. Wait. Oh man, amazing. Motorics. Amazing is pronounced sword. Thanks, Nick. Okay, so how well you move your body, motorics. Hand-eye coordination, perception, reaction speed, savoir-faire. Sorry, you're just going to have to deal with my American accent. Southern Canadian, Southern Ontario accent. Look, it's somewhere in between there. It's not my fault. Interfacing and composure. I wonder whether interfacing has to do with cybernetics. I wonder if we're going to have cybernetics in this game. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna play around. Although I appreciate that dumb as a rock is an option. Okay, so what I'm gathering from this is that probably flashlight. So okay. All right. What I think we're doing here is I think that my guess is that flashlight, the flashlight dude is going to actually be the main character of the story, and he has a predetermined personality, and you are his sidekick character, and therefore they can afford to make you a more free-form character whose personality changes. Because this game is entirely words, as I understand it, and it's very wordsy, and it's written by writers, wordsing, I suspect it's not going to have the problem that I make fun of games like BioWare and other games are having, whereby your main character is simply not a character. I think that they will have actually gone through the details of every line of dialogue to make it fit some version of a personality so that it's one person who could be taken in different directions. And that's probably a big focus of the writing, but we'll see. Wait, the lead writer wrote a novel in this setting, but you don't know if it's been translated? Was this not originally in English? Where is the team that made it? based? I know that there's been some issues. Okay, Estonia. Okay, I knew that there've been some issues with the original creators versus the people who currently own the IP, which we will be passing on discussing right now because I'm going to dive into the game. But we'll probably talk about that at some point because I feel as though, judging by the people I know who love this game and where this game's title has been mentioned in conversation, I suspect that's actually something that is relevant to the game's themes. All right, so we have the option to create your own. Look at that. He's holding his Revolver Ocelot gun. I actually don't know if he is, but I came up with the idea that he was Revolver Ocelot for some reason. I like that this guy's like, I've got my tie. And this guy's like, I'm about to punch you. I've got to pull up my pants first, though. And this guy is like, I am the thinker. Let's create your own character and see what's up with this. Sure. I can always go back and make a sensitive character if I want to. I like... This is what I'm definitely like. This right here, this sensitive guy is right up my alley. Wait, yeah, he's right up my alley. The kind of character that I like to play and this sort of thing. So I'm comfortable just picking that because I like the psychological. Like I assume he's gonna mess with people's heads and overanalyze and overthink things, which I'm all about. Also, like I just love charisma class. I love being able to talk my way into and out of trouble. And also unstable and might begin to lose his mind is really interesting because I wonder if this game is going to have like a sanity mechanic or something like that. I have no idea what that would look like or why or how. But I'm interested. I'm very interested in that. And maybe it'll prompt us to have some conversations about mental illness and the importance of taking care of yourself. Okay. Intellect, raw brain power, how smart you are. Average, weak, terrible. Oh, okay. Psyche. Sensitivity, how emotionally intelligent you are. Physique, your musculature, how strong you are. And motorics, your senses, how agile you are. You can also randomize it or revert. Yeah. Let's see. I actually feel pretty good about this right here. I mean, if anything, I might do this and this. So I'm of average intelligence, average agility, above average, fantastic psyche, and I'm just absolutely dump stat. Let's see how... Oh, genius! Okay, hold on. Okay, genius is as high as you can get there. Okay, I could do that instead. Oh, I was trying to figure out what that word was. That's character generation, right? That's what that stands for. All right. Or we could go with good with people and smart. Or we could go with super emotionally intelligent, quite intelligent, and just absolute garbage at anything physical. This feels like a bad idea. No, we'll move on. We'll move on, Samovar. Don't worry. I just have to take my time figuring out. Yeah, mental glass cannon. There you go. That's a good way of putting it. Oh, man. I feel like this might be a bad idea, though. I feel like I ought to do this. Oh my goodness. I used to play on MUDs, but it's been a while, and they maybe weren't the same kind of MUDs that you played on. So, let's see. I feel like this is a very Lauren thing. Yes, I agree. This is how I like to play video games, right here. If you let me generate a character, this is what I'm gonna pick 9 times out of 10, basically. Oh my god. When my ex ran the Suikoden based tabletop RPG, I played an archer, but she was a sniper. She was a glass cannon, let me tell you. So a lot was about keeping her out of front row. And the GM was all about trying to put her in the front row. It was exciting. All right. I've been on various muds and mucks and mushes over the years, but it's been a while. It's been quite a while. All right, I want to make sure I can see things on the screen. The bottom of the screen is still cut off a bit for me. Can I scoot this up a bit? Yes. Scoot it up. No, scoot up. Well, that's fine. Multi-user dungeon, multi-user shared hallucination, multi-user character kingdom. Basically, multiplayer text-based games. They could be entirely role-playing based or entirely numbers based. I once played on hack and slash mud that I barely did any combat in, and got even the hack and slash players in on my convoluted, excessively dramatic character stories. So, like, again, I draw your attention to the character that I have just developed in this game. If there's one thing I like, it's melodrama. I have a hard time finding tabletop games I can play in, because on the spectrum of dice rolling to character drama, most people are somewhere on the spectrum. I'm not. I'm just all the way here. I'm like the far extreme here. Unless I turn off that part of my brain and pretend I'm just playing a beat 'em up with my friends. Oh my god, we could totally play The Quiet Year on stream sometime, Chrono. I love The Quiet Year. We could do that. Okay. All right, I'm going to hit the forward button. Oh, this is actually going to show me stuff. Skills, signature skills. Okay. I'm going to read some things out loud here. Okay, under intellect, logic. Wield raw intellectual power. So I'm going to be scooting things around so that they don't block my screen. Sorry. Yeah, well, there's something to be said for randomization. So I like the idea of dice roll to determine kind of randomly whether things succeed or fail sometimes, but I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, this is how I am. All right, info is clickable. Oh, why so it is. I like this messed up face. Okay, wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. So in other words, this is Sherlock Holmes. Cool for analysts, pure rationalists, obviously logicians. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case. They are going to be solving... They're literally going to be solving crimes. Okay, I'm sorry. So the reason why this is funny is because I jokingly made a joke about how this was going to be about Flashlight Glasses Man and Revolver Ocelot solving crimes. And I think it might actually be. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I mean, I'm pretty sure the other two will not have anything to do with that yet. It was a joke. It was a joke. Because there's the whole mashup of like random person push random person. They solve crimes. But I was like Ace Attorney. I don't know. All right. I was reading. I'm gonna start over if you'll tolerate. Okay. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case. It enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements, and impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's the bread and butter of many a detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzle. You will be very proud and thus susceptible to intellectual flattery. For those blinded by their own brilliance often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzle. Even if you find the pieces, good luck putting them together. Oh my god. This is really funny. This is really good. Okay, the writing has such a strong voice. Also, this is totally Sherlock Holmes. And I'm really delighted. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, well, we're gonna keep going. Why stop now? Okay, encyclopedia. Cool for... They all say cool for, they all say cool for. Oh my god, that's such a funny way of putting it, because at this point, I don't know what to expect from the writing style. I don't know from the voice. I don't know what it's going to be like. And so seeing cool for, like, tells you, like, there's, like, some... as pretentious as some of the vocabulary choices are of these skills in the first place, that kind of takes it down a notch a bit, which I appreciate. Okay, so encyclopedia. Cool for thinkers, historians, trivia freaks. Oh, look at that. I noticed there's a scroll bar. Was there a scroll bar over here? There was not. Okay. This is important. I need to learn to recognize these things. Okay. Thinkers, historians, trivia freaks. The encyclopedia makes you a know-it-all, turning your mind into a database of facts. It enables you to draw on these facts innately, offering a wealth of background knowledge to all things related and unrelated to your case. Who knows when the history of cigarette brands will provide the breakthrough you need to arrest a murderer, or when knowledge of pre-revolutionary guns might save a life. That sounds like the stakes are going to be high in this game. Okay. Oh, is this meant to be an all-ages stream? I don't know how to change that because I don't ever change that. Is there a way for me to change that without having to, like, I don't know. We'll see. I usually stream all-ages games, so it's usually a thing. But I can change that. We're not going to get very far tonight, probably, because I'm me. But I will mark that in the future, that this game is not all ages. Noted. It feels like it should automatically change that when you put that as the game that you're streaming. Oh, if any of the mods in their dashboard have the ability to do so, please do so, but please also don't kick me off the stream. I'm going to keep talking through this, though. Okay. At high levels, Encyclopedia shares this wealth of knowledge to an almost overwhelming degree. While it may give you crucial breakthroughs, it more often will clutter your mind with useless tidbits. With low levels of Encyclopedia, though, you'll be forced to work with only the clues in front of you. Without any background knowledge, copying is going to be tough stuff. Oh, no! So we are going to be cops! Well, maybe we're going to be, like, corporate cops. Maybe this is a cyberpunk dystopia. So this is somebody with a really big brain and, like, a skull. Call upon all your knowledge. Produce fascinating trivia. Intellect base. Learned skill. Bonus from items. Bonus from thoughts. I don't even know what that means yet. Oh, it'd be interesting to make yourself a character sheet. Disco Elysium style. Rhetoric. This guy looks like he's vomiting out words. I like this. Practice the art of persuasion. Enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Look. I like this. Yeah, the disadvantages are interesting. Cool for ideologues, conversationalists, and would-be politicians. Amazing, amazing. Rhetoric urges you to debate, make intellectual discourse, nitpick, and win. You're gonna be one of those guys on the internet, aren't you? It enables you to break down arguments and hear what people are really saying. You'll spot fallacies as soon as they're used. What exactly did the waiter leave out of their testimony? What was the dancer trying to divert you from? Was that double entendre intended, or did you just get an accidental lead? At high levels, rhetoric will make you an impressive political beast, one whose beliefs are impenetrable, which is to say one whose mind will not change, one who will calcify. With low rhetoric, though, you'll have a hard time of shooting down any argument. Nailing people to their testimonies will be nigh impossible. That does not say nigh, that says nay. Given the number of words in this game, though, I will allow them to make a typo. Oh, man. Yeah, this is really interesting. Okay. I like this. And I like and I'm wondering if your mind will not change, your mind will calcify. That kind of gives me some hints as to what the story is going to do. Where on one hand, you know, is this going to be like an Ace Attorney game where you're trying to solve puzzles and trying to solve individual cases, and maybe there's a character drama. But I'm beginning to wonder the fact that this talks about political beliefs and minds changing. If there's going to be some sort of overarching story beneath this that our character will have the option to perhaps change sides for, get involved, join a revolution, something like that, but that option will be locked from you if you are calcified and set in your ways, which would be really interesting. So, drama is under intellect instead of psyche. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm really curious. We'll learn more about this. Drama, cool for, okay, hold on, overview. Play the actor, lie and detect lies. Interesting. I don't know if it's actually true that an actor is better equipped to tell when someone is acting. On one hand, I think an actor might be better able to pick up on tells that somebody is pretending something because they'll have learned to mask those tells themselves. And so I can see that. But I don't know. I don't know. And it's interesting to me. That doesn't seem like it should go under intellect. That seems like it should go under psyche. Because acting has to do with understanding people. It has to do with understanding how people work, how they talk, why they say what they do, what motivates them, what goes into what they say, and how they say it. So, I don't know. But I'm sure they've thought through this. Cool for undercover cops, thespians of the stage, psychopaths. That's such a fun little combination there, isn't it? Drama urges you to treat the world as a stage and on it to perform. It enables you to lie, to concoct the most elaborate and wonderful stories, to take on ingenious personas and perform acts of stagecraft in an entertaining amalgam of forbery and deceit. I've never even heard that word before or seen it. What does that even mean? Show-offs. I'm mad. How dare they? How dare they have a more impressive vocabulary than I do? All right. As well, it enables you to see through would-be actors and their false antics. If they lie, you'll know immediately. At high levels, drama may render you an insufferable thespian theater kid. One prone to hysterics and bouts of paranoia, for to know the world as a stage is to know that truth is a vanity. However, with low drama, you cannot lie or discern when others lie. And a cop who can't do either is a cop who's soon going to be lying 6 feet under. Oh, good! You can get yourself killed in this game. Wonderful. Wonderful. That is a word that I need to know. Chrono, do you think that's a word that I should make Robin say just because I can? Amazing. Amazing. Okay, fantastic. Okay. It is really interesting. This to me seems like it should go under psyche. It really seems like it should go under psyche. But it doesn't. So, okay. Let's see. Conceptualization. What's the short description here? Understand creativity. See art in the world. That's also an interesting one to put in intellect. But okay. I could be convinced of that. All right. Cool for creatives, psychedelic fanciers, and critics. Conceptualization is a special role it wants you to play in this world. Not the role of cop, but of art cop. It enables you to make fresh associations, to delve into world concepts from Jan Karp's postmodernist carpery to Reverchal's arabesque architectural style and even the concept of hardcore. I'm pretty sure that carpery and Dada are not necessarily words, but we'll see. And even the concept of hardcore, and then importantly to add your own contribution to these works. At high levels, Conceptualization makes you go big, perhaps too big. It is ostentatious, demanding grand displays. Why live life when you can throw yourself into a live volcano? Your life can be performance art. At low levels, however, you will be unable to see the world in a creative light. You'll be unable to contribute to conversations in an art gallery. Only boring people will invite you to their dust parties. What a burn! Only boring people will invite you to their dust parties. Oh, that's funny. Okay, there's going to be a lot of nonsense, and I'm going to be pushed to my limits pronouncing things, but fortunately they will have voice actors doing most of that. It does hit too key. Working in art does feel like throwing yourself into a live volcano. Hey, I've been working on new creative projects. Who wants to hear Lauren's big project? You'll be hearing Lauren's big project soon. Is it worth going to a boring dust party? If you're a boring, no conceptualization person, yes. All right, visual calculus. All right, give me a couple of weeks to get established, and I'll be talking more about it. But in the next little while, you'll see, you'll hear. There's a lot. Oh man, Hit 2 Key is really having a feeling about conceptualization on both sides here. All right, visual calculus. This is a brain. I have ADHD, but also obsessive reading. Everything. This is how I read the back of bottles and packaging of all sorts. If I'm having breakfast, I will read the back of the cereal box. If I'm washing my hair, I'll read the back of the shampoo bottle. If I'm playing a video game, I will read every word. If a game has me not reading every word, that is an insult to the game. Stray. Anyway. All right. Signature skills. Visual calculus. Reconstruct crime scenes. Make laws of physics work for the law. I wonder if you're going to have supernatural abilities, because these seem kind of like they go to the extreme. Or maybe cybernetics. Maybe cybernetics. Dr. Bronner's. Yes, that has plenty to read. That is true. Okay, well, buckle up, folks, because we're going to keep reading every word. Cool for forensic scientists, tactical fighters, math-minded people. That's an interesting spread, because you wouldn't necessarily think that those different groups of people would be, what do these things have in common? I would have a hard time pulling that one out of nowhere, you know? All right. Visual calculus versus you not only in the laws of the state, but the laws of nature. It enables you to create virtual crime scene models in your mind's eye. You'll see how a bullet shattered the glass, and from that, trace its trajectory with mathematical precision. You'll also count so many footprints, and at a glance, discern shoe size and design, as well as the height, weight, and gender of the one who wore them. Generalizations much? At high levels, visual calculus makes the world reveal its secrets to you. But you may be so absorbed by your mind diorama, you don't notice as crooks steal your pants. Oh, I hope that can actually happen in this game. However, at low levels, your mind's eye will be blind. Reconstructing crime scenes will be difficult without outside help. Well, that is why I'll put my points in charisma, and I'll have friends to do it for me. But then you have to make sure you can trust your friends. But if you're good with people, then you should be able to discern whether your friends are trustworthy or not. And now I feel like I'm getting into battle of wits with a Sicilian in The Princess Bride. Funniest movie ever written. I love that movie so much. All right. So that's all of the intellect stuff. Your capacity to reason. Psyche. Your power to influence yourself and others. Let's see what's here. Volition. That skull is doing weird things. Chrono, I see you just clipped me making fun of Stray, huh? Look. Anyway, you've all heard that. If you've been here much, you've heard a lot about that, so I'll spare you. Okay, volition. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. That's interesting, given that the character who was very high psyche did not. That was the one that they said was at risk of falling apart. Huh. Cool for sane people, well-adjusted cops, the non-suicidal. Ooh. we are we're going to touch on some heavy stuff. Like, by putting that in there, they're letting us know that this game is going to have the possibility for the opposite of those things. Because that's not, you don't say that. Like, these are opposite versions of things that are pointed out. These are things that are supposed to be assumed to be the default. So it is very interesting for those to be the three examples that they give. Yeah. Yeah, so we will do trigger warnings, I suppose. So one thing I will say, if there is something that appears to be going in a dark direction that I'm okay with, I will let people know. It looks like we're approaching this trigger. If like, you know, chat mods or whatever can confirm this trigger is going to happen, if that is a trigger for you, I will give you time to mute the stream or walk away. And if, as I said in my intro preamble, if that comes up and you want to pop back into the stream once it's safe to do so, you can kind of wait in Discord or have things muted and look at just the chat, and somebody can let you know when it's time to come back. We'll try to keep an eye on you. Several of my mods are familiar with this game, and so they will be helping me and helping you. So we're gonna do our best to practice self-care while playing this game, because I do know that this is a heavy game. I had a friend who played through it and immediately messaged me to be like, "You were talking about playing this game? I don't know if you should." And she's one of the people who knows me very well, so I take that very seriously. But I am going to try it anyway. Okay, let's read this description, shall we? Volition urges you to be a good guy, to others and to yourself. It enables you to resist temptation, be it a bottle, be it a pair of between a pair of legs, or at the end of an iron barrel, which promises oblivion. Volition gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving your morale, one of the two health pools in the game. So you can die in this game. Oh dear. At high levels, Volition makes you hyper sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It's a bit of a party pooper. That honestly doesn't sound too bad. At low levels, however, you'll have little morale. Without it, you'll be a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. Cool! So you fail to save people and it drives you mad. Huh. Yeah. And yeah, no, I did give a general warning at the start of the stream, and I will continue to give that general warning in case anyone pops into this not having seen this game, that there will be content warnings. This is a heavy game. It is not a game for children. I will change my family-friendly notice. It's more that it's one thing to have, I guess it's the difference between like kind of chronic and acute issues. There's chronic heaviness in this game, but if there is going to be an acute trigger scenario, that is something that people who are generally able to tolerate things in low doses may choose to duck out of, and we want to facilitate them to do that. So, that. All right. Inland Empire, which is the one that this character on the other screen defaulted to, that I was wondering about. Hunches and gut feelings. Dreams in waking life. Oh, it's a rich inner life. Having lots of dreams and getting carried away in your own ability to imagine things. I like this. Yeah, please let me figure out the gameplay on my own. This might result in us getting horribly killed or missing out on opportunities, but I would like to explore this game myself, rather than have people tell me what to do. So I will request that you please not give me backseating hints on gameplay mechanics, even if they seem obvious to you. I will either figure it out or I won't, or I'll ask. Oh, you say that, Chrono, but actually I have a very hard time playing games that I get horribly killed in. I get really tense playing King's Quest. It's true. It's true. I do find watching other people play it, but it's very hard for me because you have to be zen about getting your character killed. And it's one thing if it's Dark Souls and you die a million times. I can psychologically withstand that, but King's Quest is stressful. I love it very much, though. I have a feeling we'll just be referencing lots of video games from various eras. If you don't know what a game is that I mention, that's all right. Probably a lot of chat won't know it, but some of chat will. So it's cool. We got all generations, all kinds here. Everyone's welcome. All right, cool for dreamers, paranatural investigators, mental creators. Inland Empire is the unfiltered wellspring of imagination, emotion, and foreboding. It enables you to grope your way through invisible dimensions of reality, gaining insight into that which sight can't see. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful writing. Beautiful writing. I'm sorry, I have to point out what they did there. I mean, I don't really have to point out what they did there because you can hear it, but I still have to draw attention to it. Gaining insight into that which sight can't see. Oh, that's wordplay, folks. That's wordplay, and I appreciate it. What's really going? What do these enigmatic riddles mean for the world fate? Are we really going to be dealing with the world fate? Maybe we are. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Take it to spoiler chat. It's not just the alliteration, it's also the wordplay, which sight can't see. So they've set up like an oxymoron of like insight into what sight can't see. So there's like the repetition. It's just really good. It's really good. Just great. I love it. At high levels, Inland Empire animates the inanimate. Oh, cool. You can have hallucinations. You'll have conversations with your clothing, conversations that may change the course of the investigation if you're not thrown into the loony bin first. With low Inland Empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character. And then how will you shape the cosmos? Am I gonna shape the cosmos? Oh my god, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, you may want to sit in your screaming room while I go in circles of strange and completely other things. But now I'm wondering, okay, so they're either pulling your leg or there's maybe going to be like an eldritch horror or something like that that shows up at the end that we're going to be shaping the cosmos with. I don't know. But I do like the thought that you could wind up hallucinating if there's too much of this. That's really interesting. Because I know that this game is all about conversations. So presumably you will actually literally have conversations with inanimate objects while everyone else is like, what are you doing? I like that. I'm interested. I'm interested. Empathy. Understand others. Work your mirror neurons. Oh, is that kind of like how apparently if you have, what's that called? Botox, you become less empathic because you can't do the like super tiny mirroring of other people's emotions or other people's expressions as well, which is one way that we can as humans understand what other people's feelings are based on their emotion, their expressions. I don't know. All right, let's see. Empathy. Cool for judges of character, interviewers, interrogators. Oh my goodness, right, cops. Mods know my comfort level. One of the things I really have a rough time with is torture scenes. So if there's going to be an interrogation scene, we're probably going to have to find a way out of it. So that straight up might become relevant. My dad really likes watching mob movies. So I can say, I probably don't want to watch something if people's fingers are getting cut off. I don't do well with that. I have a problem with fingers and hands getting hurt as it is. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, oh, hi. Hello, bonus stage. Oh, by the way, folks, I mentioned that I'm going to be playing a concert this weekend. Follow bonus stage van. Can somebody shout? I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Yes, you should follow them, and then you'll know when the concert is happening on Saturday, and there will be awesome music that you should tune into. Also, they have lots of concerts and do other things and stream games and have interviews with people and listening parties for albums and things like that. And it's just generally really awesome. So you should absolutely follow them. And if you are in the vicinity of Vancouver, they've started doing live in-person events that I wish I could go to, but they're on the opposite side of the country. One of these days I'll be there. All right. I'm going to read this description. I'm going to get back to this game. Sorry, slight tangent. I tangent. But yeah, if there's going to be an interrogation scene, we will have to proceed with caution. If you guys come to me, that would be great too. All right. Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. That is the coldest, most hurtful definition of empathy I have ever read in my life. And as somebody with an overabundance of empathy, I also can't disagree with it. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss, perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more, a strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. This is definitely something that I need to put points in to play a character that I'm comfortable playing as in a setting like this, probably. It will make things slightly less comfortable to avoid big discomforts later. Having a character who feels other people's suffering in a game with a lot of suffering is kind of dangerous, but it also means that this character is probably not going to participate in torture scenes and might be likely to stop them. Also, I just like putting points in empathy and things like this. I like being able to read people. I like it. Yeah. I feel like this first sentence makes me think that this is written by somebody who has a lot of this. And it's a problem. It can be a liability. So they may be a little bit bitter about the cost of it. But it's cool stuff. Thanks, Pixel Watcher. I don't know. I mean, I straight up enjoy that sort of thing, but I do think that might be good and helpful. Authority. Oh, look at that. We have like that looks like that's supposed to be reminiscent of a Roman emperor. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. All right. Well, we know we're going to be a cop, so being able to like pull the I'm a cop card. But I also kind of wonder, since they talked about politics and then we've talked about the world fate. Well, we'll see. Yeah. Hi, Soup. Things are going all right. We haven't made a lot of progress. But then again, we've actually been mostly in the game. So, like, yeah. All right. Cool for leaders, experts of psychological warfare, respect junkies. Is that they respect my authority thing? Yeah, probably. All right. Authority urges you to assert and reassert your dominance over those around you. It enables you to understand the power dynamics of groups of thugs, know how far you can push a perpetrator, and how to establish control of situations. At high levels, authority demands respect. Even a perceived slight could send you into knee-breaking mode. This is why we're going to put points in empathy, folks. At high levels, authority demands respect. Even a perceived slight. Oh, I already read that sentence. I got distracted. With low authority, however, you're forever in awkward situations, like when you suffer psychological breakdowns after you yell at teenagers and they laugh at you. I feel like that's referencing something in particular. Is that the mall cop? Is that referencing the mall cop? I feel like that's referencing the mall cop, but I've never actually seen the mall cop. Well, I am slow of pace at all times, so this game and I will just turn into molasses periodically. That's okay. Molasses makes for delicious cookies. I love brown sugar. So, actually, I feel like these two are in opposition to one another, and these two are in opposition to one another, not in a direct opposite sort of way, but more like the way a tarot card reversed is not the opposite of a tarot card meaning upright. If that makes sense. How interesting. Now I'm going to have to take a look at some of the rest of these and see if that actually works for any of the others besides Psyche. All right, Esprit de Corps. Overview. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Ah, the spirit of the body. Like the whole everybody. This is a collective thing. Cool for cops, cop aficionados, and pretend cops. Esprit de corps is the very spirit of policing, the copgeist. It enables you to understand your blue-souled sisters and brothers, not only by picking up subtle signals from your partner who might be Glasses Flashlight Man, but by witnessing flash sideways scenes as they play out in your precinct. At high levels, you'll be the very heart of the police force, not only willing and able, but obliged to take a bullet for your partner. However, without esprit de corps, you'll be flying blind, unable to understand discreet remarks colleagues make in high-stakes situations, remarks that might just save your life. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, Dave? I don't know what other way there is to approach this besides overanalyzing. This is why I need a character who overanalyzes everything, because then the character and I will be working in tandem instead of in opposition. That's why I can't play himbos. Because my himbo's like, I punch. And I'm like, but I wonder this character's motivation. And you see those two things. They don't always go so well together. Yeah. Suggestion. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Non-binary folks are safe. Apparently. Excellent. Envies can resist our cop. All right. Cool for diplomats, charmers, and sociopaths. Suggestion urges a soft power approach. If people think they want what you want, you've already won. This skill enables you to implant ideas into the minds of others. You can make the citizens like you more. You can make gangsters turn on each other, too. Many crime rings have been broken by just a little doubt, after all. At high levels, suggestion makes you affable to everyone, and more resistant to their charms in turn. But all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy. That's a clever turn of phrase. And you'll know it, even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of rapport with others. You'll be alone both during the day and at night. Oh, okay, I wonder if we can take a lover in this. So interesting. You'll be slimy and you'll know it even if no one else does, which indicates to me that you'll feel bad because you have an understanding of people and you have an understanding of your own worth and your own value. And so you either reconcile with the fact that you're slimy by being like, well, it's worth it because people are inferior and deserve to be manipulated, or they're all bad like me. Or you go crazy about with hating yourself for being manipulative. One of the best ways to not hate yourself for being manipulative is if you resolve to use your manipulative powers for good and not evil. This is perhaps something that I say with experience. I would like to have points in this because I know how to work with this. This is a skill that I have in real life. And what's fun is when you go against somebody who has the same thing and you can see whose skill level is higher, actually. Anyway, let's move on to physique. How well your body is built. Hey, I started Couch to 5K again last night. We'll see how that goes. Poor underappreciated himbo makers. Yes, the himbo makers. Endurance. Take the blows. Don't let the world kill you. I think I will, thanks. No. I will talk them into not punching me. Cool for fighters who can take a hit. Lookouts who don't sleep. Human batteries. Endurance is your metabolism and circulatory system. It improves your health, one of the 2 health pools in the game. It enables you to survive... They're missing a word there. It enables you to survive being a cop. Who cares if you can't aim a gun if you can take a few bullets? Why be afraid of drugs that hurt your health if you're a very, very healthy man? At high levels, endurance enables you to take a few knocks to the head, enjoy a greater quantity of drugs, and shake off a few cardiac arrests. It makes you a powerful man who looks down on the weaklings who can't keep up. However, cops with low endurance are likely to struggle. The body is frail already, and the flesh of a cop will often be tested. And if it doesn't pass, it dies. So interesting here. So presumably we're going to have the option to party hard. We will probably refrain from taking that. I like the fact that in a lot of games, like when I was talking about games where your skills determine dialogue options, it usually has to do with character knowledge. So your character has a point in hacking. Your character can talk to the hacker or come up with a hacky solution to a thing. In this case, it seems that the skills will change your dialogue options, perhaps to some degree, whether you have knowledge or points in a thing so that you can discuss that topic, but it will also change your personality. And that I have never seen anyone or anything do before in a game. That's really interesting. Well, Cyril, I feel like I don't know how long have I been on this screen, folks? I definitely overanalyze games. It's okay. I'm here for this. We'll see how well we do with the content. I have some slight concerns about the content and my ability to handle it. But we'll see what we do. We'll talk about it. I suspect we're going to go on a lot of tangents talking about real world stuff. But yeah, 40 minutes on the screen. Sweet. All right. I don't know if that's an all-time record, but I feel like I am at least on the leaderboard. The only leaderboard I could ever be on. All right. Yeah, you notice I'm not apologizing for taking a long time with this game. The way I might with another game. Oh, really? We're going faster than anticipated. Ooh. Oh, man. All right. Pain threshold. Oh, that is a really uncomfortable picture. Wow. These are all really kind of horrifying looking. Shrug off the pain. They'll have to hurt you more. We just need to not get in situations where that's going to be a problem. Obviously. Cool 4. Unstoppable fighters. Guys who won't die. Masochists. Pain threshold ignores damage so you can push on, bloodied and crawling to the bitterest end. It enables you to negate damage you would otherwise take. Even mental pain, heartache, and loneliness. In fact, these things can become a thrill you seek out and perversely revel in. At high levels, pain threshold turns in on itself in seriously unhealthy ways with full-on self-destructive behavior. With a low pain threshold, however, you will suffer too easily. Even a slap from a teenager will make you whine and complain. Man. Okay, so this does warn you if you put too much in this that you're going to, again, go into... I would assume that the self-destructive behavior that they're causing... I would assume would be like thrill seeking, like of the like nothing makes me feel pain, so I want something that makes me feel. So I'm going to go into dangerous situations rather than just plain straight self-harm. But you know, there's ways they can do that. They'll do what they're going to do, and we will hopefully not find that out. All right, physical instrument, the body with no head. Flex powerful muscles. Enjoy healthy organs. Your organs are really important. That's one of the reasons why it is so good to take care of your body. You can't see them, but you need them to live. And so I try to focus not on the size or shape of my body, but like, am I doing my heart or lungs any favors right now? So yeah. All right. Cool 4. Muscle men. Bare knuckle brawlers. Gym teachers. We all love those. All right. Physical instrument is not only your muscles and your skeleton, it is your ability to use them effectively. It enables you to do push-ups, sit-ups, knockout punches, and 360-degree spin kicks. You will get made fun of if you do those in sparring class. Ask me how I know. It's a one-size-fits-all solution to thriving and surviving in a physical world. At high levels, physical instrument breaks doors, chains, and bones, and it makes you laugh at the namby-pansies who can't. You'll be manned up, encouraging others to curl iron until they're manned up too. At low levels, however, you'll have a hard time arresting anyone who isn't infirm or already dead. Indeed, engaging in physical confrontations could leave you in either state. Whew. Well, I think I could deal with the mental breakdown of a character better than I could deal with somebody just being an asshole jock. I'm sorry. I don't know how well I could do toxic masculinity, the character, so we're going to try to avoid that. Well, I was in Taekwondo when I was in middle school. I wasn't very good, but I really liked spinning kicks, and they're really impractical in sparring. Electrochemistry. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Okay. All right. I think we might be in a cyberpunk setting. I haven't seen anything about cybernetics, but I kind of have that vibe that the feel might be that way at least. Let's see. Cool for high flyers, party enthusiasts, cops who need lightning. Electrochemistry is the animal within you, the beast longing to be unleashed, to indulge and enjoy. It enables you to take drugs with fewer negative side effects. It also enables you to better investigate lurid matters. If you need to understand a chemical breakdown, or talk to someone blasted out of their mind, or understand sexual dynamics, electrochemistry is there to guide you. At high levels, electrochemistry makes you a man of unrestrained pleasure, an unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in either hand. But with a low electrochemistry, you'll be too innocent to be effective. Without working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city will be difficult to understand. All right, Gotham. All right. All right. Shivers. Okay, this is one I couldn't figure out. Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city. Ooh. Spidey sense. Cool for city lovers, the wisest of the streetwise, the genuinely supernatural. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you. But who is speaking to you? At high levels, shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. Your superiors may begin to worry. With a low shivers, though, you will seldom hear the city speaking to you. And if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? Okay, this is the only one under physique that I've had any interest in. I think I could use spider sense. I really like that. One of the things that is really interesting, because this could go noir instead of cyberpunk. I mean, you're a detective, so it's probably more likely to go noir than cyberpunk, but maybe it'll be kind of cyberpunk noir. One of the things that's really neat about noir as a genre is that the city is one of the characters in the story, usually, regardless of what city it is. It's the reason why, I was referencing Batman and Gotham, because Batman is a noir detective on some level. I mean, it depends on the writer and it depends on what's going on in his arc, but Gotham is a character in Batman's story. The city has a presence. It has an identity. It has a character. And I really, really like that. I would like to have a point in Shivers, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's very sad. The idea of being attuned to your city, the dialogue, I don't know. I really like that. Amazing. That's neat. That's very neat. Oh, or Sam Vimes. Yes. Well, I mean, he does kind of have, he has some of those vibes. He's kind of got that feel. He's kind of a noir detective, I think. I had a hard time getting into Discworld because I don't really do comedy. So it was recommended to me that I start with Mort after failing to get into several other books. So I've read Mort and I think one other book that was about death, but I don't remember what it was called. And I have read part of Sam Vimes' terrible time traveling adventure, but I don't remember what it's called. But you, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Half-Light. Let the body take control. Threaten people. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Yes, Squizgar, that's right. It's Disco Elysium time, and we spent an hour on this skill sheet. Cool for high-strung investigators, shoot now, ask questions later cops, surprise haters. Oh dear. Half-Light is your fight or flight response. It enables you to sense the way situations are about to turn. It injects palpable fear into your heart, fear that urges you to act before it's too late to act ever again, fear that makes you frighten others. It is the aggression that lets you squeeze every last drop of information out of a witness. At high levels, Half-Light makes you ultra-attuned to the world. It is perpetual fear of your own shadow, of someone else's name or scent. You'll be ready always to pounce and physically interrogate passersby. At low levels, however, you'll find your survival instinct is lacking and your methods limp-wrist. Those who respect violence will not respect you. This is interesting and a hard one for me to fully understand. But it's like a sixth sense of second guessing others. Neat. All right, motorics, how well you move your body. Hand-eye coordination, there's some punching and some eyes. Ready, aim, and fire. There will be narration mode, but we're not doing narration here because we're just on this sheet, or this screen. All right. Cool for trick shooters, snipers, and jugglers. Hand-eye coordination loves the interactions between you and the things that fly in the air. Loves the interaction. It enables you to catch coins from mob bosses, shoot straight, and understand firearms intimately. Want to know the precise make and mark of a pistol? HE Coordination's got you. Want to shoot someone with it? Ditto. At high levels, hand-eye coordination makes you deadly, supposing you've a weapon in your hand. But once you do, HE Coordination will compel you to take the shot, even if it's not the best approach. At low levels, however, you'll be even more of a disaster in waiting, because when the guns go off, and they always do, you'll probably hit the wrong target. That is so interesting. So you become Twitch happy. Trigger happy, that's the word. Interesting. But you also won't shoot the wrong person. You'll just shoot instead of doing other things. You lose control of yourself. Perception. See, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. I don't know if I want to know what that image is of. Cool for fine detail detectives, sensualists, urban scavengers. Perception wants you to be open to the world, with eyes, ears, and nose working at full capacity. It enables you to take in what others don't notice. The little wad of bills hid away in the sugar bowl, the odor of a perp, hiding beneath the floorboards, the gulp of a suspect after claiming they've nothing to hide. At high levels, perception takes in every final detail of the physical world, enough to overwhelm all but the strongest mind. However, with low levels, you are going to miss out on everything. After all, you can't arrest what you can't see, hear, or smell. That's interesting. So you would have to pair this conceivably with intellect or psyche so that you don't go crazy. This would be very useful in an Ace Attorney game. So you can pick up on the little details. Reaction speed. Don't get hit. The quickest to react. An untouchable man. I like that you can tell that the image is one of those. Cool for shot dodgers, thinkers on their feet, pinball heads. I've never heard that before. Reaction speed is the agility of your body and mind. Oh, maybe that's people who play pinball, actually. Like, literally, not people who are pinballs. With the head is moving, it threw me off. So it's people who play pinball, never mind. Reaction speed is the agility of your body and mind. It is instinct. It enables you to dodge punches, knives, bullets, also sucker punches of the verbal kind. You'll be more streetwise, never lost for words or lacking a witty comeback. Your mental alacrity lets you connect little details on the fly, working in tandem with your intellect skills. Okay, so you do actually have to pair some of these things together. Interesting. At high levels, reaction speed makes your twitch reflex freakishly good. However, when your body acts before your mind, innocent situations can turn bad fast. You're high-strung, overly alert. At low levels, though, you won't be the one shooting first, which probably means you won't be shooting at all. Cool. All right, interesting. Interesting. So you are meant to pair some of these skills and points together. Even if they don't, like, basically you can't just dump. You can't just put all your points in one thing, or you're going to have a hard time. But you also can't put your points in everything, I don't think, or you're going to have a hard time. Oh, savoir-faire. That is a really unsettling looking picture. Sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. Cool for acrobats, thieves, and unbearable show-offs. Amazing. Fantastic. Savoir-faire urges you to be better than you are. It urges you to be disco. I don't know why this game has disco in the title. I don't know if we'll figure that out. Slip by others in samurai boxing style, then tumble out of the back with unexpected acrobatics. It enables you to move with silent footsteps, to groove to a good beat, and to lift useful evidence off perps without them noticing. It also makes you a cooler cop whose athletic flair will certainly impress the citizenry. At high levels, savoir-faire will make you the king of cool, which is as much to say the most stylish douchebag in Revachol. Nobody will see you until you're ready to be seen, and then they'll get the full treatment whether they want it or not. At low levels, however, you'll be a bumbling, feckless cop unable to catch a pair of keys thrown by your partner without losing an eye. Whew, that's funny. All right. So this is like agility, athletics, body skill, acrobatics. Interfacing. Master machines, pick locks, and pockets. All right, so when we find out if there's going to be cyberpunk and cybernetics or not. Cool for machinists, tinkerers, and instrument players. Ooh, I play an instrument. Interfacing wants you to connect to machines, to use and improve them because that makes you a better human organism. It enables you to understand interactions with machines, be that how to repair the motor of a kinema motor carriage, how to analyze the way a suspect used a pen, or how to refigure electrical circuits. It even lets you steal keys off a keyring without being noticed, because you understand how the keyring works super well. At high levels, interfacing will isolate you from society. Why bother with people when you can talk to machines? And why bother with things like money when you can just pocket that display sandwich? At low levels, however, you will have a crucial part of the world cut off from you. People use machines to commit crimes all the time. If you can't understand how a crime was accomplished, how can you solve it? Okay, so this is clearly a secondary world because they keep referencing these proper nouns that I've never heard of before, and they're using the term motor carriage. So technology is not going to be the same as it is in our world. So that's interesting. So that means we're going to have to figure out the world as we go, which is an interesting way to do things. And I actually thought this was going to be set in our real world. So I'm delighted that it's not, because that means that I know even less about it than I thought. And we're going to be so over our head. Oh, composure. Straighten your back. Keep your poker face. All right, everybody. Posture check. All right. Cool for card players, military fetishists, and cool people. Composure wants you to not crack. Or at least it wants you to not crack in front of other people. It enables you to put up a strong front. It keeps your emotions hidden from the world and helps you to read the body language of others, to sense the cracks in their own composure. As well, it keeps you looking good while you do it. You'll rock that disco outfit a lot more if you don't slouch. Disco is definitely going to be a part of the story. That's the second one of these that has mentioned disco. And it's in the title of the game. Even if it means something else in Latin, which I don't speak Latin, so I don't know what that means. I suspect that something is going to literally be Latin, literally be disco, given that. We'll find out, though. At high levels, composure makes you tuck your gut in and maintain a stern expression. Even lying in bed late at night when no one else can see you, you'll have to keep it up. You'll never be able to stop. With low composure, though, you'll always be the first to crack. Every cop's got a point when all that fear and rage comes spilling out, and the ones who unleash it don't stay on the force much longer. Perhaps worse still, you won't even make the ranks of fashion police. Fashion police. Fashion police. Amazing. Okay. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm open to a suggestion about the stats. Like, that's one of the advantages of taking one of the pre-made characters, is that they've already anticipated that that is a way that you can have a satisfying gameplay. Since I'm really not somebody who thinks in systems very well. Yeah, because, like, left to my own devices, I'm probably going to go with this. Or this. Yeah, I mean, Shivers is cool. That is true. But I'm not drawn to it the way I'm drawn to these. Also, I feel like having empathy as my signature skill will hopefully steer the game in directions that I would rather be, rather than directions I'd rather not be. That's cute, Memo Cash. I am really interested in this one, though. I think this would be really useful. All right, Revolver Ocelot, what am I going to give you? Empathy or suggestion? Both of these are people managing skills. As much as I'm interested, and honestly, almost all of these, I'm interested in these three and this one. Also, if flashlight glasses guy, if he is as much of a hot mess as I suspect he's going to be, I suspect that these two options will probably help me manage him better. No, it's okay. No, I don't want to know the mechanics. Let's see. Empathy or suggestion? And then what's the button that goes forward with that? Am I just not seeing it? Okay, you put the plus under overview. Under overview, set signature. Click to mark selected skill as signature. What does that do? Total 6. Okay, so you get another. Oh, okay. So you have points in all of these to begin with, and then there's just one that you have more points in. Okay. All right. So I'll be good at empathy and suggestion anyway. So now I see why one might choose to put if you wanted to gameplay this, if you wanted to min-max this, you would say, oh, well, I've already got 5 points in both suggestion and empathy, so it would make sense to put a point in shivers, if that's a thing that I want to have. Wait, do you get one for... Okay, yeah. I see. That is how that works. Oh, well, okay. Looks like you can only have one signature. Yeah, to shore up your off stat. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Do I want to make this game more playable? The thing is, I feel like shivers makes sense. It does make sense with the psyche. That's right. You're almost 2 hours late and we're still at the first menu of the game. I have a gift. I just don't know whether signature stat is something about your character's nature. And if you're able to put points in other things, even if you don't have points in them. I mean, honestly, I'm going to try to go with a nice guy, manipulative cop who's pretty smart. And not great with body stuff. Although that's really high empathy, and they do say, what are the downsides of too high empathy? You'll be even more unstable. Well, I'm already running unstable. What happens if I'm too high with suggestion? Be slimy. Someone will judge you no matter what you choose. Probably. Probably. Yeah, even if it isn't really a gameplay thing, I feel like making my character's highest state empathy, or highest skill empathy, that my signature, I feel like that says something about my person, and I like that. So I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to go with an excess of empathy. This could be dangerous. Are you ready, folks? Should I make it here? I'm going to change something so that you can see, so you can see where my mouse is. I think that seems like that'd be a good idea. Do you want to see what my mouse is? Here, we'll capture the cursor. Oh no, Dave, I'm sorry. We'll go in. Okay, there. Now you can see my cursor. You'll be able to. There we go. See, you can see my cursor now. Is that better? All right, let's do this. We're going to do this. We're going to confirm it. No take backsies. We're making a very feeling intensive. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. Oh man. Begin.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
I'm gonna be smart ass.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
This voice is having way too much fun. Oh, fine. Okay, take away my choice. Yes, content warnings already? Content warnings already? Like, I'm wondering if it's, like, irresponsible for me to not have changed my settings. But I feel like anybody who comes to a Disco Elysium stream, I feel like everybody who is here knows that we're playing Disco Elysium. And we'll take it off of all ages. For next Thursday, somebody remind me to do that. I forget that that's a thing. Because it's... I don't know that I've ever changed it, even though I have played a few games that kind of... Anyway, please... If it's going to be really, really, really bad this early in the game... Okay, I can turn it up some. All right. See how this goes. Sorry, just like being reminded about content warnings. Like when I'm like just like in like the very beginning of the screen, I'm like, really? Are we about to have something that bad immediately? So I'm already really, really tense. So let me play the game. I know that there's content warnings. I know that the game is heavy. I know that it's intense. We will find out whether I can handle the game or not. But one of the problems with like saying things right before something happens is that then I'm just going to be really, really tense before it. Okay. Just a reminder since we're actually starting. Yeah.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Ex-wives? What?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
My limbic system is talking to me. Like, are all of my systems going to come online one by one and be voiced by the same dude with weird accents? It's pretty weird. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. By the way, this is a rhetorical question. I'll probably agonize over every single decision, or, you know, maybe we'll YOLO it. You never know. Sometimes you have to YOLO it or you get paralyzed. I want to know about the X something, though.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Okay, I'm glad that they have a narrator, because if I was going to be trying to read this out loud, I would need a dictionary, because I do not know how to pronounce that word. Okay. Also, is the audio balance a bit better? Can you hear the narrator better? A very deep place in the ocean. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I guess I have an ex-wife and I have maybe drunk myself to oblivion or something like that. And I'm trying to wake up. And my ancient reptilian brain is like, or you could just not. All right, let's see. I'm sorry. I'm going to choose. I guess should I read my answers out loud? I guess I should read my answers out loud. Are we doing this? I guess I don't get a voice actor because I am choosing what I'm saying. So I don't get a voice actor, right? Okay. So I will pick the answer 2. No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
Okay, I like the writing on the other option. Don't be naive. Of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends. However, I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
It's actually fun. They've kept the takes that have some misreads but have those same spirit of things, but there's a slightly different word choice that felt more natural because the read is so good that they didn't need to say do it again, try again. This is good for me to know. All right. So I did drink myself to oblivion because of my ex-wife. Good job, Revolver Ocelot.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Wait, is my skill talking to me? Okay, so they were like personifying the skills in the description. Like, skill wants you to do this. Skill, you'll lose control. And I was like, oh, well, it'll affect my personality. It's a person talking to me. Talking to me. All right. Okay, so I assume that this character is insane. That's all right. We'll do this. Tell me what's waiting for me.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
That is one way of describing the human race on the earth. How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about, what's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
Okay, this is a very inspired choice for the voice acting. Also, what? So yeah. So the game isn't going to be about you talking to other people. It's going to be like you are having internal conversations wrestling with your own indecision about what to do or not do, while all around you the city is going to hell and people are trying to shoot you, and there's drugs. This is not actually a question. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of reeling about the presentation and structure of this game. I can't even get to the content yet. Oh, way to put that out of context, Chrono. Very fun. Yeah, it would be very different without the voice acting. I'm glad I waited to play it. I mean, I waited to play it because I was scared because of the content warnings. Also because I had a million other good games to play. I probably shouldn't have played this game when I was really depressed. This is probably a better time for me to start this game. All right. So I love that his limbic system is talking to him. His limbic system used a phrase, and he asks, what do you mean by it in this context? The limbic system is like, you picked up on that stupid phrase somewhere, and that's why I'm using it. Well, I am playing an empathic Revolver Ocelot, and therefore my feeling about having to beat the other evil apes in the face or you lose is that that's sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
So my character is not a blank slate. He has a history, he has a personality, he has a backstory, he has so much history. So I'm going to choose, what do you mean drowned?
You're lost.
This is a particularly significant looking button.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canema motor carriage.
Canema. Okay. I have the knowledge to know. Oh, that, I thought that was like a creepy, like world-ending, losing your mind sound. But apparently that's just the highway. Did I get drunk and throw myself off a bridge? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Okay, my option here is open your eyes. Oh. No, I'm naked. Well, no, I guess I've got my underwear. Sprawled out on the floor, I swear, of my shitty apartment. Wow, buddy. Wow, buddy. You have had a bad time. All right, Revolver Ocelot, let's get some pants on. Those are totally bell bottoms. This is totally disco pants. Can I just walk around in the game wearing my disco pants and nothing else? I think that'd be great. All right. His face is melted off. Aha! I have a character sheet. All right. Okay. Oh, physique. FYS. It lets you know. Okay. And I can level up when I have points. Sweet. Okay, how do I close this? Oh, I guess I hit escape. Hold tab to highlight. Ah. Why is my tie spinning on the ceiling fan? You can't really do that by accident. You must have some pretty decent coordination while you're drunk. Just like, throw it up. All right. Oh, I broke my window. Cool. I have a funny looking chair that appears to be the getting drunk chair. I have the couch that I sleep on that looks like it probably hasn't been washed in a while. There's no under sheet. Good old bachelor pad here. We got some technology. We got some other technology. I'm not going to recognize the technology in this world because this is a different world. Okay. All right. I'm going to put on my pants. Sorry, buddy. You're going to put on your pants. Take all. Oh. You lose coolness of one type and you gain drug knowledge. I love that your stats change based on your clothes, which is actually a thing that I was talking about that you could do in Arcanum, but you put on your like charisma dress. Sorry, I'm having okay, that did work. I'm gonna have to figure out how to the bottom of the screen is cut off on my end because there's my Windows bar on the screen. Equipped. Okay, so you can change equipment. Okay, so it's an RPG. I guess you get skill points and level ups. Held are bullets. Cool. Shoes, gloves, neck. Well, you'll notice that neck and hat have a box around them, and pants has a circle around it. I don't know if that actually means anything or if that's just for flavor. Are those flavor scribbles? They could be flavor scribbles. Clothes, items, interact. I don't know what any of this means, but that's okay. Okay, yes. Your flare cut trousers make you more druggy and less sneaky and full of panache. Oh. Is this thinking to myself?
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
So there's one voice for all of your skills and one voice for your brain. And they put on like different affects, I think, based on which aspect it is. So it sounds like. Okay, so we're going to choose to fish them out.
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
That'll be my front door, I guess. Whirling in rags. Is that Ocelot's real name? I guess we'll find out. Aluminium. Huh. Whatever. I'm American. Canadian. Aluminum. All right. I'm going to end that. Thank you, brain, for noticing that. If your skills are bad enough to just not notice the keys in your pocket and you just die here, I don't know. Yeah, the voices, I think it'd be jarring if they had different voices for all of them. He's really good, though. Acting is hard, man. Reading stuff is hard. Also, why is Revolver Ocelot's face melting off? It really looks like it's melting off. I guess I should put on my... Oh, he's got a headache. Oh, my disco-ass blazer. Nice. All right. I am now wearing my disco-ass blazer. Oh, or I could go in and I could take a shower. Hopefully I won't die if I go take a shower. Oh well. Pretty sure that my dude man here needs to... Oh, jeez, buddy. Your tub is a mess. Oh. Let's go look at yourself in the mirror, buddy.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Fierce discharge of masculine energy. Amazing. All right. So this is when I start talking to myself in the mirror. Let's find out.
Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man.
Interesting.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
I have given myself trauma-induced amnesia. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. All right, Ocelot, let's do this. I'm going to choose really nothing. I'm going to wipe the mirror. Am I actually going to be direct into the point? All right. You'll notice his face is all melty in that picture. I wonder if it'll become less melty once we look at this. I'm going to ask really nothing.
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Huh. We're going to wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
I don't like that.
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
I'm going to choose, maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What? What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I'm going to touch my nose. I'm going to say, I'm sorry. Touch your nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay. I'm going to touch my tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Does this actually happen in real life? If you drink too much alcohol, can your face swell up? I didn't know that. Wow. Okay, because I would have just assumed this was some sort of like bending reality a little bit. Wow. Okay. That's really not great, buddy. Buddy, old pal. Well, you know, we might as well face what we've done.
Behold.
Okay.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Gonna be honest. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. I have reason, logic. Oh, look, his face is no longer smudged. I was right about his face being smudged in the corner. I wonder if he'll become less sad if I can take better care of him. I don't know if I'll be able to take better care of him in this game. Yeah, that was me pointing. You couldn't see when I went like this. This is me pointing at him in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Oh, dear, buddy. So I'm going to choose the option. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh, wait. Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it. The face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, keep making the
You
face.
can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off.
That's what people say. Doesn't actually work that way.
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Oh, these are some good options. Also, I like the self-deprecation in it. That tells you a lot about this character's personality. So you can either sarcastically say superstardom, or God, I don't know, it's indescribable, or I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies, which to me, that feels self-deprecating. Oh, Chrono wants me to read that one. Like I'm actually reading it out loud. Like I'm reading it, the character's dialogue. Okay. I am going to read them. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it, or just straight up, it's an expression of pain. Or do I have more dialogue options? Okay, no, I don't. Presumably the face wasn't quite like this when there was a lady in his life. Since it seemed to be implied that the drinking was as a response to the lack of lady. Or absence of lady. Removal of lady. Yeah. I think that I'm going to go with number 4. This feels like the best. I don't know my person, so I think all of these answers probably are true to him, so we'll pick this one. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it. I don't know that there is, but...
There might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
I can try this. The likelihood of me getting this is really low, right?
It belongs in the new, the 3rd decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay, well, things are bad. The new, the 3rd decade of the current century, there's been a revolution and free market economy is going on. So we're going to have the evils of capitalism in this game. Okay. I'm very curious about the world, so it will be interesting to kind of learn how it works. So my only option is okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
Okay. So, disco is going to be part of this game. So there. Okay, so this is going to be like an equivalent of the Great Depression in the 30s after the Roaring 20s or something. I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out.
For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million.
Revachol. Okay, so that is my city. That is the city. Okay. So things were good. Presumably at this point in time, maybe I was a young man and happily married.
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right.
I don't know what this rolled, but drama had something to say. Okay.
Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
Huh. Let's see. How long ago was the new? I want to ask all of these questions, so I adopted it. Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lemillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
Regional mega hit. The fact that you can have a mega hit in a region. It's a lot of people. Yeah. So we're going to have some toxic masculinity in the setting. Cool. Toxic masculinity at the height of super uber ultra capitalism. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm actually feeling though like the Discworld comparisons might actually not be so far off. Now that we know that this is a secondary world that is going to have some things that are reminiscent of our own. So, how long ago was the new?
Some 20 odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Okay, so 20 years ago. So our character's probably, what, 50? In his 40s and really not in great shape. Anything else? Like who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice canema.
Caprice Kanema.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Oh, I have a really, really low choice of this. No chance of this. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of text. Okay, let's see. So if I let the mirror be for now, I could return to this. The likelihood of me getting this is extremely low as I understand it.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Huh. It's really weird to have an expression hardwired on your face like that. That's really weird. Like, the fact that somebody made an expression and people mirrored it, and now it's, I don't know, something's not quite right. It's amazing and interesting. Locked for now, so I'll have to put skill points into electrochemistry to open it. Yeah. Would have had some trouble with that. Yeah, but the way that it's talked about sounds like it's something deeper. All right. Autosave. Okay. So I could talk to the mirror again if I wanted to. It's like a resting face, but all the time face. Yeah. Yeah, like something in his brain is broken to make him wear this smile all the time. Like, he can't stop it unless he rewires part of his brain. That's really interesting. Boxcars? Is that the 66? You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my inventory, which shows me that I've got my jacket. Oh, and I have a point to electrochemistry going up because I have my... Why do I have a point for electrochemistry? Held? Where, what does that come from? Oh, the trousers. Okay, my pants. I should save. I thought it said it auto-saved. Okay, quick save. Save game. Here we go. Whirling in Rags. If that's the name of like my building or my neighborhood, that does feel like a very... I just feel kind of Discworldy. Let's see. So I can talk to that and look at the bottle. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Okay, so that's tape all over the place. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. So this tells me, oh, there's a thing up there. Can I, oh. See if I can figure this out. I think you might
This
have...
fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Okay, well first you have to pull the switch. Probably the switch that has the light, 'cause it's probably broken and done wrong. I do really like, you can actually see there's a slightly difference on the pull. I like that I like that they now have pull chains that actually show whether it's the light or the fan, because they never had that when I was growing up. And so you just pull one and hope it was the right one.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Okay, well we'll learn the consequences of wearing this necktie. Well, I'm glad to know that my inland empire is already causing me trouble. Imagining that this is my...
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
Well, that's good to know that...
You
Holy...
feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
So I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end bad.
I'm gonna try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear.
Wow. Okay.
Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Wow. Well, that will reinforce to me the I did ask myself. I wondered, shall we chalk this up to jumping in the water at the beginning of a game to see whether you can swim or insta die? Okay. Or like jumping off a cliff to see whether you take fall damage. You kind of got it. Yeah, fall damage, yep. Well, it's not necessarily that it makes you afraid to try things in the game so much as that it lets you know that there'll be consequences in the game, and I think that's the intent. All right, we're gonna have to look at some of these things here. And yeah, so we know a few things. He's trying to solve a big murder case. It's a big deal. We're gonna look at these again. We've already looked at them. We're gonna look at them again. Sounds like you're writing it down in a notebook thing. What is this? This is my shoe. One shoe put away properly. All right, now let me discover game mechanics on my own. Take all. Green shoe, left foot. Item gained. Green shoe, left foot. Shoes. Green shoe, left foot. This green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. All right, well, good night, Dave. Thanks so much for coming by. I know it's super duper late, so I hope that you do all right tomorrow. I'll see you around. I will be posting. I'm gonna try to post these up like the day after I stream them, just because I've been bad about that in the past. I'm gonna try to be better this time around. Thank you. Oh, this gumshoe. See, it's a shoe. That's very funny. Yeah, no, Camsley, I think that it makes sense. A game or a story or anything needs to let you know up front what it is and whether you you have to be able to calibrate yourself and your approach to things, just like you have to know whether something is right for you or not. So if something is going to be intense or scary or hard or horror, or any number of things like that, it is very good for them to put something that is that kind of content as early as possible, so that somebody who is in the audience, upon experiencing it, can immediately say, wait, this is not for me, and walk away. Not like necessarily go all out, but that I think is why things tend to front load something really upsetting, so that if you can't handle that kind of content, you can bow out early, which I think is really, really important before somebody has, for example, invested enough time into something that there's kind of a sunk cost fallacy going on and they wind up damaging themselves, trying to do something that they can't handle. So I think that it's wise to do that as far as like gameplay stuff, like letting people know like you're gonna die a lot in this game, or like you have to take risks seriously in this game. Yes, texts teach you how to read them is a good way of putting it. So it's good to know that physique actually matters for something other than comedy. All right, let's take a look at, I don't think I've clicked on my other things. These golden, savoir faire, tight around the thighs, plus, that's -1. +1 electrochemistry, tight around the crotch. I thought this is how people would respond to you, but I guess you walk in a really uncool way because it's tight. But then you feel sexy because you have tight pants. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell-bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. These are someone's piss-soaked, cum-stained party pants. If you ever wanted to hear Lauren talk about stuff that she doesn't normally talk about, saying words she doesn't normally say on stream, apparently this is going to be the game to do it. Oh, Green Lanyard, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it is important. If something is really not your jam, you don't have to finish it. Even if you've put a lot of time into it, you can always walk away if that's better for you. So always make sure you take care of yourself because you're more important than the thing itself. Let's look at this disco-ass blazer, which is a really great description. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long-extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. Interesting. Yes, it's not crass for the sake of being crass. It's trying to establish something about the character. It has halogen watermarks, so you get more Oh, that's the cops, isn't it? So something about the design of it indicates that you are part of the cops. So he is dressing in clothing that is 20 years out of date. Oh, he doesn't have a shirt on. He's just got his jacket. Oh, buddy. His clothes are 20 years out of date. Oh, maybe so. His key is not clickable. You can't read a description of it. What else have I got here? A notebook? No. This one? Oh! Thought cabinet? A thought cabinet. Oh boy. I guess that's my brain is what that symbol is. There's a lot of things I don't get to look up, but holy crap. What? Okay, this is my mind palace. Okay. I love that. Revacholian nationhood, inexplicable feminist agenda, hobo cop, aces high, aces low, lonesome long way home. That sounds like a song. I'm really curious about this. Unclickable thoughts. Well, they're here. Dork. Okay. Rigorous self-critique is something you can engage in. I think perhaps you don't need to do that. You can see his skull. No, that's his brain, and I suppose that's the spinal column. So that's that system. Research time takes 4.5 hours. Oh, time is a thing in this game. Oh, that's not good. Temporary research bonus. -1 to logic because your head in the clouds. You're thinking through something. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Mion, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit bois de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. Maybe he's me. Time doesn't pass in real time. Okay, that is good to know. So if you do this thing, then you will take a down to anything that requires logic in the next 4 hours. Okay. Yeah, that's not his bones though. That's his neuron system thing. That's his brain. I'm pretty sure that's his brain and his spinal column. So it's supposed to be his brain systems. I don't remember what those are called. His thought cabinet. What a ridiculous. Oh, you could put one in. I could put this in his thought cabinet. Are you thinking that maybe you're him? I don't think that you're him, buddy. Do I want to spend 4.5 hours thinking about this pop star? I don't know. I don't have anything else to think about. Maybe. Let's see. What else have I got in my room? I'm gonna, and yeah, just in case anybody is thinking about telling me or pointing things out to me, I will meander through and get confused all on my own. But we'll figure it out eventually. Oh, look at this. Controls. Too bad I don't have a proper mouse. Inventory is I. Journal is J. Thought cabinet is T. Map is M. Character sheet is C. Highlight. Oh, look at this. We got some descriptions. Okay. And yes, if I ask a question, if I'm not wearing this dumb hat, it's not actually a dumb hat. It's a great hat. If I'm not wearing this silly hat, then it's a rhetorical question. If I am wearing this hat, I will give you the parameters for your response, and I will be asking you. All right, we're going to read this. Active thoughts alter dialogue options. Thought bonuses differ for research and completion. Interesting. So whatever you're thinking about means that you can have a different thing. That's really neat. So if you have something on your brain, then you can presumably ask people about it, adventure game style, or you could just ramble about the dumb thing you're thinking about right now and find out that the person that you're interrogating in a non-violent way, no torture here, maybe they're a fan, and then you just talk about your favorite bands, and then they come true, or come, yeah. Let's see. Substances can be administered during dialogue. Tools are context sensitive. Equip them before use. Time passes when picking new dialogue options. Oh, we're going to pass lots of time. Read books to pass time quicker. Gain experience by completing tasks or by exploring. Leveling up grants you skill points. Use points to unlock skills or unlock or forget thoughts. Interesting. White skill checks can be re-rolled. Skill checks. Explore options or level up to try again. Red skill checks are permanent. Most people settle for bed after 2100 or not long after. At night, the streets are emptier by 0200. Oh. Everyone's asleep. Pry-bar. Yes. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, no, it is really interesting to just have this, and then there's an information button. Okay, we're going to save the game. Sure. Why not? Let's try the fan again, shall we?
This fan has 2 chain pull switches, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Okay, +3, the fan is turned off. Let's see if we're going to do this. It's fan fiction, it is fiction that has a fan in it, that's true. Let's try not to die.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay, Summerbar has redeemed posture check. Everybody posture check. Make sure that you're not leaning forward to play a video game. Sit comfortably back in your chair. The necktie is no longer contained. Well, hopefully that won't come back.
What you have in your hand is a fantastically colourful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
That tells me something about your frame of mind, either in looking at it now or in having tied it in the past.
If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing is dangerous somehow. An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie.
I thought this was a joke. Like, I thought it was like, haha, your tie is so bad, it's been unleashed. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that.
The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Hey, let's get eaten by a grue. How does that sound?
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
Oh, turning the light on. Oh, I thought the light was on. Okay.
The lights are off.
Okay. Alright, I don't want to kill my dude. I'm glad that he didn't die.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Let's assess the damage.
What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do?
So it's locked. Okay. I could load a save, but I haven't saved since before the necktie. Can you do that? Is that an okay thing to do? Oh. Well, let's see what happens.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
War-torn buildings. Okay, so the war is in the past. Okay. I like that it makes fun of you. Because it's your own brain. It's your own mind. So of course it's making fun of you. Poor buddy here does not have the best sense of self-esteem. Oh, there's books. Can't do anything with them yet. Alright, so we could look... Oh! Is this a door? Oh, this looks like a shirt. I should probably put that on. Take all. White satin shirt. He is now shirted. Okay. Oh. The white satin shirt makes you better at conceptualization. The horrific necktie makes your inland empire stronger. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. I don't know that I'm going to like that. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpit. It is a real statement to wear, but it has an unsavory odor, so you're probably not going to be able to persuade people. This necktie. Vivid imagination. Yes, I suppose you would have a vivid imagination for wearing that. Hey, Dusmea, yes, we are close to wrapping up for the night, but yes. The necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. Okay, so you could just not get the necktie, I assume, and play through the game. I should probably put some points into health at some point in my life. Yeah. All right. What else is there that I can interact with? That looks like that's a door. I think I've done everything there is to do with the fan. Can I stick my face in the water? I cannot stick my face in the water. He broke the door down. He broke the bathroom door down. Like, just completely knocked it off its hinges. I assume he broke the window, too. As he stumbles around.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Put skill points into visual calculus. Okay, well, I don't have that. It's true, I don't know that he did it. I mean, he might have accidentally locked himself in it and knocked him, like... Yeah, because the door was definitely knocked from the inside. But I cannot investigate it. Wait, is the front door in the bathroom? Because I assume this is a terrible studio apartment, but now that I look at it, I don't see a kitchen. God, everything is a mess. They do a really good job of conveying his state of mind. So we're about 10 minutes from wrapping up. So if the front door to his apartment is in his bathroom, that says something about the design of places here. The door is locked. Hold on, I can do this. I have my inventory. Oh, hold on. held. I can put this here. Right? Ah. No? His head is spinning. But I have the key. I don't seem to be able to open the door. Keys. Okay. Is there another door? That door's not opening. I thought that it might be in the. It seemed like it would be if you're in a like an apocalyptic hellscape. Like, you could very easily have a place that is very poorly designed. And I'm not sure where else the door is. Oh, is there a glitch? Because I had thought I had seen a door around here somewhere. Okay. We'll make a new save. Load game. Confirm. Do, 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 do. Need to pass time? Buy a book. Reading passes time quickly. Oh. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. We might have to play through part of this again. I have a gift, I guess. I'm getting the mouse icon for it. I'm holding tab. This is tab. It's not showing up. Ah. Now it's showing up. Okay. Ah! Okay. We got it. I'm glad that I was streaming for that, or I might have gotten really stuck. The music sounds like there's a club nearby playing something distance. The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. I want to look at the art on the walls.
Hello, officer.
Oh. Oh. Reservation. Ooh, reservation. This is going to tell me a little bit about the location, the world. Oh, 52 degrees Celsius. Sun breaks and starbursts. That's really hot. I don't. Okay, Mirova, partial cloud cover, 20 degrees. That's fine. (26) La Parvette, centigrade. 26 centigrade, arid. Okay, like that's okay. 26 degrees is okay. That's fine. For reference, for my Fahrenheit friends, oh god, 13 degrees dull. For my Fahrenheit friends, 38 to 39 is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's why 46 is really high, or 52 or whatever that number was. Okay, so that was 9 degrees, which is a bit chilly. 19 degrees. I wonder if these are places that are going to eventually mean something to me. I hope you don't mind. Lascaux by PSYCHE. Limited rainfall, 28 degrees. This is a pretty broad range of temperatures. Loose, 11. Now 50 is 122. Wow. Revachol zone of control, 0 degrees centigrade black ice warning. Oh, that's interesting. Black ice warning, huh? Center of control. Okay. Yeah, bad road conditions. Black ice is something that I usually think of as a... Let's see, so there's a door. I don't know what that being yellow means. I could talk to her. I could try going in somebody else's door, which seems like that would be frowned upon. Looking at the art. That looks like that's something inside there. There's a staircase. I mean, people have just left stuff here, so I feel like I could look at it. Well, let's go look at the yellow thing. Well, no, we're going to look at this. We're going to look at this. We're right here. We'll look at this. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Trompe le Monde. Sorry, my French is going to be terrible. Voice of the world, thank you. I could recognize world, but I wasn't sure what the other one was. Let's see what happens if we click on this. I'm not quite sure what this is, so we'll look. There's something on the table. I mean, it might be mine. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Oh, is that tips? Okay, I don't know. This doesn't look like a coffee shop to me. This looks like a neighbor. I mean, I don't understand how this place works. That's okay. My dude has brain damage. Yeah, I had a number of folks in Texas who actually they had to consolidate into like a friend's house because they didn't have power. Even after the cold weather went away. Oh, what am I thinking about? Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Oh. He's trying to recognize something there. That looks like... Wait. Skill points can also buy new thought cabinet slots or forget old thoughts. Like, I don't know what living situations are like in this world. I don't know if I'm in a... Like, how does this work as a boarding house? Like, is this a common area for an apartment building? That looks like it was once upon a time very nice. Although it's got that same many different colors, many different patterns, this chaos. If you look at the floor here. But it's like... the same as the necktie, had a lot of different things going on. You know? And so I assume, because the floor is in such bad shape, that it's... I mean, I imagine that everything is going to be pre-revolutionary, pre-war. And it seems that the style of the time then was to have many clashing pieces. Because if you look at this, like, I mean, they are all mosaic tiles, but they're all different mosaic patterns that don't necessarily go together. And you can kind of imagine what it would have looked like when it was new, that it would be quite clashing. So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not trying to dig into anything serious. That's the thing, is I don't want to do anything big right now. I'm just kind of looking around. Like no conversations with people or anything, because we're going to be stopping soonish. But I'm just kind of taking in the setting. Like, this looks like this is going to go into a cafeteria, and those are lunch trays. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Like, what is that thing she's sitting beside? I don't know. It looks kind of like a nun's face that you play pinball or something, maybe? That, I'm pretty sure that is Glass's flashlight dude. I'm pretty sure that that is my other character. So I'm not going to talk to him, because that will definitely progress things. And I'm going to have to let him know that I don't know who he is, except that I've seen him on the cover of a thing. It's a sign. It's just, I really wonder, like, what is this kind of, like, having a cafeteria in an apartment building like this, and, like, someone is working in the kitchen, like, I mean, the dude doesn't know anything about anything either, so that's an effective way of throwing us into a secondary world and letting us figure out the rules. Something I talked about when I played Final Fantasy X is if you throw somebody into a world that they don't know for whatever reason, it is a very good way of introducing that world to your audience. You know? Like, this looks like this is a way out, and I don't think I want to go out yet. I don't want to talk to this lady yet, because that's probably going to take a while. Yeah, I'm glad that this doesn't pass time, so I can just kind of look around.
The young woman raises a
that's not what I meant to do.
her lips.
Oh, that's why she said hello, officer. Miss Orange, disco dancer. Well, we're going to talk to her. Okay. Oh, you can either ask her, or you can turn your bloated face away from her beauty and just keep on walking. I'm going to ask a dumb question. All right. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
No, authority. I'm not going to listen, so I can just ignore what they say. I mean, they might get mad at me, which I wonder what will happen when my skills start getting mad at me. But I'm going to ignore this.
Because you're a police officer, sir.
She pulls on her cigarette. I'm going to ask, are you sure? I could say this one right here, but authority is not my point. So I'm going to ask her, are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
Oh, is this a hotel? Oh, I sure did mess up my hotel room. This is a hotel. I did not recognize it as a hotel. I just assumed it was his terrible. I assumed it was his terrible apartment that he messed up. What business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
I could try to see if she'll she'll sleep with me, but I don't think that makes any sense. So we won't do that. Yeah, no, it makes sense. A weird apartment with no kitchen and a door in the bathroom. Indeed. Yes, I do see that it is a red check. And it does tell me straight away this is a red check. It cannot be retried. It says so. Oh, is 42% not as bad as most people have? I do, in fact, have only one health point, which we learned the hazard of that. I died to the ceiling fan. Yeah, I was really upset. Do we need to have a death count for this? All right. So honestly, I feel like trying to seduce her would be hard and bad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You die to the light bulb? You can die to the light bulb? Huh. Interesting. Yeah. All right. I wonder if your skill points will start rebelling against you if you don't listen to them enough. I wondered, Chrono, because the screen did flash red when you turn it on, so I was like, that seems like a bad news. Okay, well, I don't remember being a cop or anything else. Who in the right mind would let me be an officer of the law? Oh, man. Okay. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate her cynicism there.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Authority really, really wants. No, sorry, Authority. Is my cat trying to get in? Maybe. I should probably finish. I don't want to listen to Authority. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't trust it. And I don't want it to have me beating people up. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to wind up battling with my Authority. Just you wait and see.
Retreat is not a winning tactic.
I don't care, Authority.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, that's fun. Oh, did she drop something? Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. So she left sooner than she expected because I'm here. So when she said they don't like cops here, I think she might have also meant I don't like cops. We're going to go ahead and save and shut down for the night. And we will have a new adventure next week. Because this is a lot. We did get out of the first room. We did get out of the first room. Aren't you proud of me? We only took like an hour and change to go through the character sheet. The expectation is that this game is going to take me a really long time. So yeah, this is interesting. The attention to detail is, I mean, that's the thing I've got going for me. I overlook things that you don't expect me to overlook, unfortunately, but I do catch some things sometimes. I'm going through it faster than Deltarune. That's true. We'll see kind of how, as the content gets heavier, we'll see how I do. Because I am a lore hound. I am guilty as charged. Oh, the wallpaper is multiple patterns. You're right. That is interesting. There's a lot of that, and it clashes. All these different patterns clash with each other. We beat the bonus boss of Door Glitch. We were able to undie from dying to the ceiling fan. And yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Now that I know that I'm going to have to war with my own brain and see kind of how things go. I wonder what would have happened if I had been thinking about that disco guy. If I could ask this lady about the disco guy or try to be disco-y at her or something like that. I don't know. I didn't fail to seduce a woman, that's true. I do definitely take my time. That is what I do, for better or for worse. And this does seem like this is going to be a game where there's going to be no shortage of things to do. I do think that I'm probably going to keep myself limited to my 3 hours instead of going over much with this game, just because I think that it's going to be a lot. And there might be like some overload or emotionally intense stuff. And so I do know that I have finite stamina for that. And so there may be times that we need to like take a break depending on how things go. But I will try to remember to turn off the all ages appropriate label on my stream before we stream this next Thursday. But Tuesday will be a nice all ages stream because that will be Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Yeah. I am a little bit concerned about the content in this game. Seal City not available. See, that's interesting. I don't know. If I just stand here and listen to the radio, I'm going to distract myself again. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot to dig into and think about. I suspect I'm going to be mildly uncomfortable most of my way through this game. To very uncomfortable depending on the section. But we'll see how it goes. And as long as I can handle it, I think it's really interesting. I do kind of wish that there were more things that had a lot of depth and detail and such that weren't quite so... I mean, there's a lot of things that are brilliant, but they're horror, so I just can't do them at all. And I don't know. We'll see how this is. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I'm sorry. I feel like I should probably talk to chat more than I do, but it's hard because there's so much going on in the game that when folks start talking, sometimes I get like distracted away from that. But I'll do my best to keep up with you. Again, we'll be doing this from 7 till 10 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights. So if this seems like a good time, please follow me and tune in for that. We're pairing this with Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, which is the tonal opposite of this game as far as I can tell. And it will be the opposite experience. So if that seems like fun, feel free to drop me a follow. I will try to get this up on YouTube as soon as I can tomorrow-ish. And I will keep you posted about the things that I'm doing. Don't forget, I have a concert on Saturday on Bonus Stage. I will share the link to that and put an event for that on our Discord. You're always welcome to join us on our Discord. We have the Stream Spoilers channel if you want to jump into the peanut gallery while I play this game so that you don't run the risk of spoiling me. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, and then just follow me on the onlines if you want, and I will see all of you lovely folks another time. All right, good night. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.